Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. We're doing another whiskey testing review here, and this one is intentionally using the square Blade Runner glass because, not that it's got anything to do with Blade Runner, but it's sort of related in a way. We're actually trying out a well-known whiskey brand here in Canada called Wiser's, JP Wiser's. This has been around for a long time. You can see Canada down at the bottom there. JP Wiser's has been around for a long time, apparently since, can you see it there? 1857? Yeah. So they are a very, very famous brand here in Canada, and I've seen a lot of Canadian whiskey reviewers talk about it, but I've never bothered, and it was sort of just on the periphery of my radar, but I thought, you know what? This week specifically, I do want to do a review of JP Wiser's because this video is unfortunately me saying sorry to my friend Doug. Now, what the story is here is I've known Doug for a long time, and he's a huge Blade Runner fan, and I always noticed that he was a whiskey drinker, and I think he kind of maybe started drinking whiskey because of Blade Runner, perhaps. Maybe you could answer me sometime, Doug. So I just thought to myself, right, he would be very pleased that I drink JP Wiser's out of a Blade Runner glass, so we're going to do that. And I'm very curious to try this stuff out. I mean, it's well known, it's been around for a long time. I've never had this stuff. And considering I'm not strictly a Scotch drinker, I mean, I've had George Dickel Tennessee whiskey, I've had a variety of others. Let's branch out and try Canadian whiskey. So let's give this a shot. I have no idea how good or what this is going to taste like. It's very celebrated here. Now, it might be one of the... I have a feeling JP Wiser's is maybe Canada's version of Johnny Walker. Like, it's a very established brand, but I don't know how much depth or kind of... Not to be unkind to the Johnny Walker brand. I love Johnny Walker. But Ralphie himself has said it's kind of the Coca-Cola of whiskeys, so maybe JP Wiser's is Canada's generic Coca-Cola version of whiskey for Canada. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's pour ourselves a shot. Again, my friend Doug loves this stuff. Oh, it's really coming off there. Yeah, my friend Doug loves this stuff, so he's got to have a valid reason to be such a big fan. Let's try a nice big helping. There we go, from the Blade Runner glass. I'm just going to give that a little moment to sit and breathe a bit. Is there any information here on the back of the bottle? I'm just going to read what it says here on the back of the JP Wiser's bottle. Our signature blend is double distilled and aged in 2 select barrels, resulting in notes of toasted grains, oak, rich toffee, and a smooth, enduring finish. And then it's written again in French, because we are Canadian and we have English and French on all of our labeling. Yeah, so this should be quite interesting. Now, I kind of joked with my friend Doug many times about, you only started drinking whiskey because you've seen Deckard doing it in Blade Runner, haven't you? And I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily true. I have another friend who's very much a rum drinker. These guys are not beer drinkers like your typical Canadian seems to be. I certainly started my enjoyment of alcohol through beer, and I have many friends and family who are almost largely beer drinkers. Not too many people I know are leaning in the whiskey direction, except my friend Doug, or he was certainly one of the first that I knew who was like, oh, no beer, thank you. I'll have a whiskey. Now that I've kind of begun my Blade Runner journey and learned a lot about whiskeys like Johnny Walker, I'm now kind of eating crow and saying to myself, no, you know what? I apologize, Doug. You actually may have very legitimately preferred whiskey over beer. And now that I'm starting to like it, I figure it's time to come full circle and actually try out the JP Wiser's. Now, why am I sorry? This week specifically, because I was actually planning a trip up to visit my friend Doug, and due to a variety of things that are going on in British Columbia, some of them are COVID related, some of them are to do with wildfires. It's just not going to happen. We were so close. There was a group of us going to go up and go visit, but unfortunately the timing has turned very poorly, and this was going to be the week I was heading. So I thought, okay, well, if I can't join Doug, I'm going to have to just telegraph it and do the drinking of the whiskey here and toast Doug in our absence from coming to visit. All right, well, I think this has had enough time to breathe now. Let's have a little sniff of J.P. Wiser's. It does not have a very, very strong aroma. I'm getting a nice honey kind of a note from it, but it's not really overwhelmingly bowling me over. Now, I wouldn't describe that as weak. I would actually say it's more of a very subtle hint, a subtle aroma. Just a honey, a little bit of, I don't know, maybe shortbread cookies, and that's all. Actually, there's not much else on the nose for me. So it's got some nice legs on it there, though. I don't know if you can make it out in the light, but yeah, we got some nice streaming down the sides of the glass. Very appealing looking. Nice light color. Okay, yeah. Oh, can you make that out? Gonna catch. There we go. The light can sort of catch that. Of course, that's actually a drip that's gone down the outside of the glass. Maybe I'm swirling it a bit too much. All right, shut up and drink the stuff. Okay, that's nice. Not overpowering. Subtle. In a good way. A little hint of like pie crust. And yeah, definitely the shortbread cookie idea. Some vanilla. It doesn't punch you in the throat. I remember doing my video of Brooke Laddie, and well-known YouTubers have described, oh, this is strong stuff. It's going to punch you in the throat. You cannot make that discussion about J.P. Wiser's here. I would almost put this like, it's a little hinting of the, yeah, it's a little bit like the Suntory that I had for relaxing times. That one is a Japanese whiskey, so it has like a different vibe going for it, and this is in the realm of the Suntory style. I mean, I guess this is a grain whiskey, Canadian rye whiskey, maybe? I don't really know. Let's have another go. I'll tell you this much, it goes down nice and smooth. I mean, that would be very easy to drink of an evening where you don't need something overpowering your senses. Again, I make that sound bad, but it's not intended to be a criticism. It's more of a, here we are. This is a very friendly, oh, you know what? Jameson. I'm getting a hint of Jameson out of this. Yeah, you can sit back, probably down quite a lot of that stuff without really having much concern. That's a very easygoing, friendly kind of a whiskey. Again, we're talking pie crust and vanilla and not really a hint of toffee, but some kind of a candy. A really, really faint aroma of like chocolate. Yeah, there's actually a bit of chocolate in there. Or more like the, if you took Smarties or M&Ms, which I've done a video about, and actually just the candy coating of those. That sounds very, very obscure and very presumptuous, but yeah, it's got a light flavoring of chocolate to it and a lot of shortbread, and it is super smooth. My goodness, I could easily down the rest of that bottle without much trouble. It's very, very pleasant, very nice and friendly and easygoing, and it goes down very well. I guess in a way, the easygoing nature of this, maybe that speaks to the Canadian perspective. We are famous around the world for being kind of easygoing, relaxed. Hey, just take it easy, not a problem. We're just here for the enjoyment and for the social element. So maybe that's a good representation of Canada. It deserves the Canada at the bottom of the bottle. At least that's going to be a take on it anyway. Okay, well again, this is in honor of my friend Doug. Again, I apologize we're not coming to visit, but here's a drink in your honor. So cheers to Doug. And again, I'm sorry we're not coming up. Until the next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.